big fireball. More fire. More fire.
Here we go, guys. This is the United Forever podcast, episode 44. And instead of being West Bromwich Albion, it's West Punage. Al-be-havin-fun. I'm Sam Spanner, and I'm with my legendary cousin,
Adam Shagham. How are you?
Yeah, fucking good, mate. I lost my voice. I do apologise to you and our random listeners for not getting involved the past, I don't know, nearly a week now. Had the old cotton mouth and I just had a fucked up throat and voice. So teaching was a nightmare and
I bet.
just life in general was fucking difficult. So I've got my voice back. I'm drinking a cold beer. We've got the fucking fridge fixed.
Good.
This is
You've
good
got
shit,
your
mate.
fixed. Result. So what was the problem in the end then? Was it a compressor?
No, it wasn't the compressor. We did have a warranty, but I don't know what the translation is in English, but they said resistencia, which I think is some kind of resistor or something that needed changing, which wasn't too bad. But it was this like big fucked up thick wire from the inside of the fridge that was yanked out, and then a component in the wire had gone all dodgy, which was giving us power cuts. Anyway, replaced the whole thing, and the fridge is fucking back in action. So, what about you, mate? How's it going?
Yeah, not bad. I'm back at work. You know, crazy as ever. Just
doing the old contraband.
Getting back into getting back into the swing of things. You know, having a few weeks off and then getting back into it. I kind of seized it. I got home from work last night and yesterday afternoon, and I had a bath, and then I got out and I was like, okay. So I sat down, and then I went to move, and I was like, fuck, I'm seized. I can't move. And then I texted one of the blokes at work, and I was like, because we've got like this group chat, and I was like, it's happened. I fucking seized up, and he's like, don't worry, I'll bring the WD-40 tomorrow and squirt you.
Mate, after the bath, did you do the courtesy wash down with the shower head, or did you leave the fucking pews for the next family member?
No, I gave the courtesy flush with the shower. Yeah.
Good, mate. That's good. That is very nice. You didn't do what your dad did and fucking left half a jungle there for whoever's getting in next.
I know what that picture I sent you the other month. Do you remember that?
Mate, that was fucking wrong. Mate, he should have been reported to the fucking authorities after that.
He'd had his hair cut, I think. Then he'd had a bath, and then fuck me, it was like just like pube central, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, that was wrong. So talking about pubes,
hang on.
The other day was.
Hang on, before we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
No, I was just going to sort of give a bit of an introduction to the contents of today's show, mate.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, before we do that, you know that me and you have Mac free arse. You know, we have turbo arse, sonic boom. Yeah.
Yes, mate.
Right. Well, my eldest daughter this morning walked into my bedroom.
Yeah.
I was putting my socks on the end of the bed. She literally.
Okay.
Hang on a sec. Can you close the door then? Close the door.
Oh, mate, you're not being fucking microphone bombed, are you?
Well, you know.
Yeah, fucking hell, mate, you left us on a cliffhanger. So you're putting your socks on the end of the bed.
I put my socks on, right? And I bent down to put my socks on, and my eldest decided to let a fart go that was from the halfway line. That was so deep and long, I thought I'd done it.
Oh, mate, she deserved a fucking medal. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's so good. So,
Mate.
if we got any new listeners, basically, we're cousins. We're both the fucking masters of deprecation. We take the piss out of ourselves, our family members. We take the piss out of footballers and other football clubs, you know. So, basically, we're following the tutelage of Joe Smith from Stretford Paddock and dedicating puns to just random players. So
Yes.
the other day we had a bit of a depressing draw against West Brom, but to try and cheer the old fan base up a little bit, we've got some puns prepared. Now these are sort of linked in with Valentine's Day with a bit of a deviant and sexual connotation. So there will be some random shit happening. But before I go straight into that, I've got to say a few shout outs to some of our followers and matey boys over at Paddock. So we've got Diego Forlan. I wish I knew the real one. No, but we've got some random called Diego Forlaner who came up with a very funny Scotch pun for Rio Ferdinand the other day, and he called him Rio Ferdinand hodgepodge. So that was quite random. United Steve 79 came up with Robert the Bruce Snodgrass. And then that big red bus said for the stadium we could have West Hampden Park, which was pretty good there, a bit of a mashup.
It was.
And
yes,
a big shout out to the one and only Santa Notch. So we were doing we're doing some funny tag team puns the other night on some random Paddock Live chat thing. So people were talking about, I don't know if it was Joe Smith's birthday. I know he was born in 93, but I can't remember his specific birth date. But I did happen to mention that what I've got in common with Stephen Howson is that, I'm born on the 5th of December, just like him and stuff. So Santa Notch said, that deserves a pun, a Howson pun. So we were coming up with random footy puns, and he said Raymond van der Howson, who's one of our legendary goalkeepers back in the late 90s. And instead of Howson's Brew, Santa Notch said Howson's Ryan Brewster, which was very clever. And one of the random Brazilians that played at Barcelona was Sonny Anderson. And I said Sonny Anderson. So there we go, mate. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you tell me the difference between ping pong? Oh, no, sorry, mate, hold the phone. Fucking hell. Don't forget, Santa Notch the other day released a fucking banging video, which was literally based on his favourite albums that he'd take with him if he was going to get literally stranded on a desert island. So check it out. It's fucking mint. Very interesting. So my question to you, mate, is what is the difference between ping pong and ping pong?
I don't know.
Now, ping pong isn't like Korean ping pong or like a random Korean ping pong league or anything. So basically, ping pong is when we're taking in turns to do our football puns. And then ping pong is literally when you just fart in your hand and do an air biscuit on your mate. So
yes.
So we've got some Valentine's Day sexual deviant-esque puns to take the piss out of present and past West Bromwich Albion players. All right, so I'll let you have the opportunity to start this show, mate. So you go for it.
Right. Okay. So my first one, instead of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he is now from now on known as Anal Maitland-Niles.
Right, that's quality, mate. I did one of those the other day, didn't I, for the Arsenal arsehole puns? because I called him Ainsley Anal Maitland Piles. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Mate, I feel sorry for the bloke. He will be forever
Yes.
remembered in a very sort of rectum-esque manner. So,
Definitely.
do you remember this striker called Solomon Rondon?
Rondon, yeah.
So, yeah, well, I've called him Solomon Condom.
Nice. Excellent. Right. My next one.
Your turn, mate. Keep up the ping pong.
Right, hang on. Shit, I've lost it. Hang on 2 seconds.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, they've got a player called Darnell Furlong. So I've called him
Okay.
Darnell Footlong.
Well played, mate. Oh, mate, that is meaty.
Nice.
Fucking, I told you this morning about these banging. They're like pepperoni wide boys over in this part of the world, but it's like dry cured turkey sausage, which is quite weird. Mate, I'm fucking addicted to this stuff, and they don't half give you fucking gas, but it's well worth it.
I bet.
Anyway, there's a player called Jason Kumas. I've called him Jason Kumas. So
nice.
So
right. My next one.
Give me another one.
Right. Their current player, Dara O'Shea, will now be known as Dara O'Shag.
That is fucking good, mate. And there's actually a player, right, whose name is a pun in itself. So imagine, like, you're a bit randy and stuff, and your missus just will not let you do anything, or you know what I mean. So basically, the player's Roman bed. Nah.
Right.
Roman bed, nah, mate. That ain't happening.
Right.
That reminds me of one of Granddad's old jokes. Do you remember the old sewing machine joke?
No, I can't recall that.
All right, so this is one of Granddad's jokes that Nan did not approve of. So basically, there was this couple that were randy as anything, not Nan and Granddad. I don't want to imagine that. So this bloke would get home from work and he'd say to his missus, in front of the kids, do you know what? I'd love to see you upstairs in a couple of minutes with the sewing machine. And he'd wink at her, and then she knew what he meant. And then, then basically the kids would be like, staying downstairs or whatever, and then they'd have a quick one or whatever. And then another day, a bloke had been away all week, obviously doing some kind of work away from home. And he gave the kids a quick kiss on the head, and he said to his wife, this is pretty desperate. I mean, you've got to come upstairs in a minute with the sewing machine. And anyway, literally 30 seconds later, he'd been up in his bedroom. Wife knocks on the bedroom door, and he says, "Don't worry, love." He says, "What's happening?" And he had some sticky stuff in his hand. She says, "What have you done?" He says, "Don't worry, I've already done it by hand." So you can imagine Nan's face hearing fucking Granddad talking about that stuff. Give me another pun, mate.
Right, okay, so we're going for the manager now. What's the name of their manager at the moment? Who's in charge of them at the moment?
Oh, Sam Allardyce, Big Sam.
Right, Big Sam. He's now going to be known as Sam Anal Dice.
Fucking. Now, talking about managers, do you remember that ginger-haired manager they had back in the day? Who was it? Gary?
Oh.
Can you remember? Here we go. Gary Megson.
No. Right, yeah, okay, yeah.
So if his missus wears a strap on, he'll become Gary Pegson.
Or if he's got a
Hmm.
got an infection, he'd be called Gary Smegson.
Oh, fucking bring out the ointment. Okay, mate, give us another one.
Right. The name of the team, West Bromwich Albion.
Yes, mate.
Prepare for this, right? From this
Okay.
moment on, they are now going to be called Wank Bromwich Anal Bomb.
Oh my god, that's extreme. And right there was this player, right, called Alex Palmer. So instead of Alex Palmer, brace yourself, Alex Fister.
Nice. Right.
Dear, oh dear.
Right, this is going back now
You
a
got any
little bit.
more?
Yep. You
Okay.
know, they had a player called, is it Peter Oden Wengi, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Right. Right. His name from now on is Peter Oden Wiener.
Oh, it's brilliant. And do you remember I'm Ahmed Higazi?
Yes.
Instead of I made Higazi, we've got I made her gargle.
Right. Okay. So my next one is another older player. I believe his name was
Yeah.
Goran Popov. I believe
Okay. Yeah.
his name from now on is Goran Poppers.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I've got a double
We've
whammy here,
got
which then leads me onto this one. Do you remember
yeah.
Giorgio Samaras
Yes,
or
mate.
Georgios Samaras? His name from now on
That's the one.
roll on to link on from Goran Poppers. His name is going to be Georgios
Yeah.
Soros.
Oh, that's good, mate. And we've got Semi Ajayi becomes Semi Hard
Right,
on Ajayi.
nice. Right, now
And then we've
this is
got
my last one. Oh, go on then. Yep, go
yeah,
for
go
it.
for it.
What, my last one?
I was going to say we got Jake. No, you give me yours, mate.
Right, right. This one isn't linked in with the current Punage, but I think you're going to appreciate this one. Right, you ready?
Yes, mate. Go. Okay.
They had a player called Keith Andrews. Yeah, I believe he was a midfielder,
Yeah.
Irish.
All right. Yeah.
His name, I've come up with the wonderful name of Keith Andrews Liver Salts.
Mate, she might need that depending on how much she's swallowed.
And that is me done. So come on then, what else you got?
And so we got Jake Livermore.
Yep.
So I've called it, instead of Jake, I've called him Trouser Snake, and instead of Livermore, Givermore.
Nice.
And then instead of Matthew Phillips, we've got Matthew Field Hips. And the very last one is instead of David Button, we've got David, look at the button on her. So that's me done for the
Yes.
old Punage, mate. Now,
Quality.
I think now is the time to have a little bit of a football rant before we go into some more of
Yep.
the good stuff onto the old banter.
Right.
So I shall let you hit the fucking boxing sack, mate, or your own ball sack, and deliver
Yep.
some words if you like. Go for it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Now this has lost a bit of momentum because obviously it's been what we now Wednesday.
Delayed.
So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's now like 3 or 4 days past the actual game. But
Yeah.
it was just it was the game was shocking. What Fernandez come up with
Yeah,
a quality goal, but to be honest with you, we need to be honest. That was a bit of a fluke goal because he shinned it. He didn't actually hit it with his foot.
yeah,
So
but
that
still, it was pretty.
yeah. Right, my main issues. Lindelof, he got bullied off the ball in the second minute, and we conceded the goal. Some people
Yeah,
are saying that it was a foul on Lindelof. Yes, it was to a point.
excuses at the end of the day,
Yeah,
but you got to
but
stand your ground a little bit more, you know.
he got bullied. He got bullied too easy. Maguire again playing people on side far too far. He's behind his own
Yeah,
line, and then when he was going forward and we went and got a penalty, it got ruled off for offside because he was offside the other side. Do you see what I'm saying? He can't.
yeah,
He goes from one extreme
all
to the other.
fucking topsy turvy, mate.
Tony Marshall. I know you admire him a lot, and the boy has got some serious talent. But the bloke is just
Yeah,
really, really pissing me off at the moment. He's just going around like a little brat kid. It's not going his way, so he's
yeah,
sulking. He's shrugging his shoulders. He looks like he could basically cry because it's not getting his own way.
yeah. No, he's a very tender snowflake, as Stephen Howson once
Yeah,
put it.
but
So
it's again, I can't find any more excuses for the bloke now. De Gea again was just like, well,
he doesn't
I
command his
kind
area,
of
but he did a good one-on-one stop, didn't he, with his leg?
he did, but
But
this is
again,
what we were
the
talking about.
the
This is
goal
what,
expectancy wasn't very big, you know.
yeah, exactly, and this is what we were talking about the other night. The last episode, we gave Dean Hendo a run out.
Yeah,
The other in the FA Cup, wasn't it? Trying to think.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm sorry, he should have stayed in goal for the West Brom game,
Yeah,
because
totally.
basically De Gea has been put on the naughty step and then taken straight back off it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just fucking me off to the max. He's just doing stupid clearances. Not just as you say, West Brom game, was hit and miss, but the game before the Everton game, he was just horrendous. No communication, even, and then obviously that again linked in with the West Brom game. No communication. The defenders, Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka played well, but it's those two centre backs, mate.
yeah, they've been all right recently. I know. Well,
And
sort of adding to stuff that you mentioned, I do think that you're right about De Gea. I'd like him to be demoted to Europa League, and then
yeah,
if we manage to get to the semis, then Hendo's back in goal. Sort of
yeah,
like what happened with Romero last season. So he was playing the Europa League matches, and then we get to the
yeah,
semi-finals, and then De Gea went in goal. So I would like to see Hendo becoming the main man, and
yeah,
I'd like to see De Gea being phased out of the first team to the point where he maybe
yeah,
gets sold, and we pay a little bit of his wages
yeah,
or something. Maybe he could go to
yeah.
PSG if they're fed up with Keylor Navas or someone like that. So,
But to
and
be honest,
then
with
I
PSG,
do
I think
have a
that their
request.
next port of call. Hang on, the next port of call for
Yeah.
PSG in goal will be that Donnarumma from Milan. I reckon that's what will end up happening there.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, he did extend his
But
contract, didn't he, last season, I believe? So,
yeah, but just to quickly touch on something. Now,
yes, mate.
I know we're still well. Are we still second? I think we are, aren't we? I don't know. There's been a few games played
Yes, mate,
tonight,
we
but
are.
yeah, right, okay. Yeah, potentially. Let's have a look. Well, yeah, if Man
Well,
City,
at the end of the day, we're still 6
beat,
points above Liverpool.
yeah, but Man City can go 10 points clear tonight, I believe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well,
Right.
hopefully
Okay.
that won't
So,
happen. But if it does, it
well,
does.
yeah. So if they go 10 points clear, right? Okay, it's not the end of the world. However, the problem
No.
that I'm gonna people might not agree with me here, and I didn't think I would be saying this, but I don't think we are going to win any silverware in any shape or form if we continue
This season.
and next season. But
Okay.
Ollie and the club, as I say, I don't think I was going to say this, but we need to get rid of De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire, and Marshall. They need to go. They need to be sold. Controversial, probably. Maguire, he plays well when he's with Eric Bailly, but Bailly can't stay fit.
Yeah.
He's too much for. He's what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck, I've kind of
It's a
gone blank.
liability.
That's the word. He's a liability.
Like a bit of a liability.
And so we need to get rid of him. I know we paid 80 million for him. We paid too much. Yes, it's been documented on several fan channels, and I think we've even touched on it that we paid over the odds for him. We need to give the
Yeah, but it's the
armband.
British player tax, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to give the armband to Fernandez.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not going to be able to sign Upamecano because he's obviously signed a pre-arranged transfer with Munich now.
Bayern Munich. Yep.
Yeah, so we need to be looking at two centre backs, and I mean quality centre backs.
Right.
We
now,
need.
I'm gonna give you my view on what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll let you finish. I've made a mental note of your arguments.
Right. Okay. Now we need.
You said we need.
I know. Yeah, I know Maguire is what you would class as a ball playing defender. But he can't play the ball. I've decided he cannot play the ball. He's far too wooden. He's not relaxed. He puts himself under far too much pressure. So we need another ball playing defender. We need another defender who's got pace. Someone like Eric Bailly, but someone who can stay fit.
Yeah.
Who's not going to be. Unfortunately, he's a liability as well because he can't stay fit. Now that's probably no fault of his own. It's just injuries past that have created and snowballed into whatever's happening now. Lindelof is not quick enough.
Okay.
Maguire is not quick enough. Right now, Tuanzebe isn't ready for to be chucked in at the deep end because he unfortunately he's going through a rough patch at the moment. He's had a lot of abuse thrown at him online and stuff, and I think he's kind of taken his eye off the game, hasn't he? So basically, we need two central defenders in the summer, regardless. And as I say, we need to get rid of Marshall because then that will then answer the problem because we are sacrificing Rashford on the right to accommodate Marshall on the left, and he's not doing anything. So we need to take Marshall out of the equation, put Rashford on the left, Greenwood on the right, or Sancho if we sign him because apparently there's more rumours going around that Dortmund are going to accept a lower price for him. And then
that's a possibility.
Yeah, I don't think now that we've had Cavani, Marshall can't play as a number 9. Cavani has shown us what a number 9 should do.
Yeah. Now I'm going to say this right. Okay. So, going back to the goalkeepers sort of stuff. So I've already said that De Gea should be demoted to the Europa League. Hendo now deserves to have a full-on run and show why he's one of the best Premier League goalkeepers and why Sheffield United are fucked without him. Then the next thing is about defenders. Harry Maguire was actually one of the most consistent defenders in Europe, and he helped us to, this was last season, helped us to have one of the lowest goal conceding sort of stats across the top leagues in Europe, and helped us to get the most clean sheets. But I think he's sort of showed everyone what he's capable of, but then he fucked up in the summer holidays, or he was a victim of sort of unfortunate circumstances in Greece. I think that if he gets the right partner, like the caretaker, Eric Bailly, then you're looking at a good partnership that works. There's sort of that balance between pace and sort of girth, you know? And if that doesn't, if Bay is injured, I think that even Axel should be given a run of games, because I think that bloke has got shitloads of potential. And also, we saw what he's capable of doing by having Mbappe and Neymar in his pocket. And when it comes to Tony, I'm sorry, Tony hasn't got the work ethic or the mental strength to be a wide man. Last season, he worked very well in front of Bruno because he's got a good rapport with Bruno, and he worked very well with Rashford because amongst them, between Rashford and Marshall, they beat Cole and York's goal contribution records in it for a season. So there is talent there. That is a system that works, and also with Mason coming in from the right. So the triple M up front does work, but what we've seen is that Cavani has been sort of prioritised. But if Cavani's playing up front, then Rashford isn't playing on the right, because we aren't picking Mata or Greenwood frequently enough to sort of help on the right. Now, I think that Cavani is actually causing sort of a lack of a balance up front, an imbalance in the sort of strike force of our front three. And I think he's the fucking superior striker, the best thing we've got at the minute, but he's sort of caused an imbalance. And I would actually use Cavani only in the last 30 minutes in the main matches and play him like maybe once a week in the smaller matches and let Tony rest, just because of Tony's age and how long we've got him down as contracted for and stuff like that. Now, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, again, will disagree with me. They'll be saying I'm Marshall FC and all that. But anyway, we've had our bit of a rant and we've just crossed the 32-minute mark. So the other day you said something about a funny thing that happened to Grandad. So let's deviate and end with a bit of banter, mate. So what was the story?
Right, okay. So basically, this was the night before our last podcast. We had we'd had shitloads of snow and ice and wind and all sorts of shit, right? And we had a massive blackout. There was a massive power cut. Like, there was over 6,000 houses in the local area lost power and stuff. So,
Fuck me.
Yeah. So basically, there was an underground cable go somewhere, and they were trying to divert the electricity to be able to put everyone back on, etc., etc. Every time that we get a power cut, my first port of call is to go and check on next door to make sure that at the time Nan and Grandad were okay, and now obviously Grandad is okay by himself. So this was about 8 o'clock at night, 10 to 8 it was, sorry. And I tried ringing his bell, but his bell inside is
it's
attached
electric
to the so that wasn't working. So I knocked on the door, and I'm thinking, the bloke's deaf as a post. He ain't gonna fucking hear this. And and I knocked on the door, and nothing. And then I knocked on the door again, and then I heard somebody yell outside saying, "Hang on a moment, hang on." He was trying to find his key, wasn't he? And then he opened the door, and I was like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, you just woke me up." He goes, "It's a bit bloody dark, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, because there's a fucking power cut." And he goes, "Is there?" He's like, "Oh, bloody hell." So I helped him search for some candles and whatever. And he goes, I got so disorientated when you knocked on the door. He goes, I thought I was in bed and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. I was like, no, you daft son, we had a power cut.
Mate, if anyone's prepared for a power cut, it's fucking Grandad. He's got about 50 different torches. He's got military torches. He's got like fucking LED panels in the living room ready for the apocalypse.
But the best one, right, he was trying to find matches, yeah? And he used to do he used to build things out of matchsticks, didn't he?
That's right.
And stuff like that. Yeah. Well, he opened the box and he had like literally because like the large matchboxes have like a divide in the middle, and one half had all the match heads,
That's right.
what you strike, where he'd obviously cut them off, and the other half had all the matches without the heads. And I was like, oh fuck. And so then I come back down
legend.
to get a click lighter thing, and then obviously while I was gone, he went rooting through his cupboards and he found another matchbox which actually had full matches in. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Oh, what a fucking
it's brilliant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, a bit more banter. So, when it's Valentine's Day, fucking card shops go all fucking full whammy with banter cards and stuff. So, I came across a couple of cards online that I thought were very funny. So, one would be from him to her, and then the other one would be from her to him. So, the one from him to her said, unlike my big toe, I want to bang you on the coffee table.
Nice.
and then the other one, which was from her to him, said, you make me wetter than an otter's pocket. So
nice.
Fucking daft as anything, mate. Dear, oh dear.
Excellent.
Well, I've got just a little message to our legendary listeners. So if you want to get involved with some puns, any sexually orientated or connotated puns, help yourself. Let's take the piss out of the old West Bromwich Albion players. So I don't know if you've got any closing words, matey.
Just I hope we have a good game tomorrow night against who are we playing tomorrow? Sociedad, isn't it?
The real social, the real social dads. That's what Santa Notch called them.
Yeah, so I just hope we can do something half decent there, but I don't know. And let's just hope our old Januzaj doesn't come back to bite us in the arse.
Yeah, mate. Hopefully not. So, closing words?
It's over. It's over and out from me, mate.
Okay, sweet. And I'll speak to you later, you chronic fucking masturbators. Sorry. Had to be done. Oh, where's the fucking stop button?